Hey everybody. All right, so I had a lot of people that were really interested in how I did this sunset ombre with the alcohol inks. I know I did another tutorial just recently on doing an ombre, but this one has like a different color palette, so it's a little bit different. It's really not very much different, but I'm gonna go ahead and do another tutorial, and I'm gonna show y'all how I did this one, just in case maybe you didn't watch the other one. So if you're interested in seeing how I did this one and you haven't seen the other video, then this will be super helpful for you. I'm not gonna do decals because you guys know how to do decals, and if you don't, then there are like thousands of videos on YouTube how to put decals on a tumbler. But I'm just gonna show y'all how I did the alcohol ink technique. So just that really cool ombre. So this already has you can see the sparkle. So this already has some sparkle in the epoxy, and I'll do that again on this one as well. But I really like to add some shine to it. You know, I love everything sparkly. Most of my cups that I make all sparkle in some way. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna show y'all, I'm gonna move you down here. I'm gonna show you. These are the colors that I'm gonna use. I'm actually adding a few colors to this one because some of the change, so like right here, how it went from straight from orange to like this dark pink, I kind of want to ombre that a little bit more so that it blends a little bit better into the blue. So I just want it to kind of all fade like a sunset, you know. I want it to kind of all fade together. So I'm gonna use all these, the yellow, orange, sunshine yellow, sunset orange, coral, raspberry, purple twilight, and denim. And these are all Ranger inks or Tim Holtz inks. And then I'm gonna put gold on the bottom. This is what I like to use for the sand, you know, because I want to do a beachy sunset cup. So I'm going to do the gold on the bottom for the beach. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so this is the little tool that I use. Looks like this. It has Velcro on here. And I'm actually going to use something a little different than I used last time. So last time I used these alcohol ink applicator felts. My problem with these is that they leave a little bit of fuzz sometimes. So I don't mind it. Let me see if I can find a little spot where you can see. Like right here, I don't know if y'all can see that, so let me see if I can, like right here, there's a little piece of fuzz, you can kind of tell, but you really have to look, I mean, and you have to know what you're looking for, but I just prefer like right there, I don't know if y'all can see that, anyway. So it just leaves a little bit of fuzz sometimes, and I don't really care for that. So I'm actually gonna try a new product tonight. These are foam. These are foam applicators. Let me see if I can. Let me grab the thing. So this is what the wrapper looks like for those. The mini ink blending foam is what I'm using tonight, and these are both made by Ranger. The inks are also made by Ranger, so I'm using a lot of Ranger products tonight. which I really like their stuff. So I'll link the company, the website that I get my inks from. I'll link them below and give you a coupon code for them. And then I'll also be using some Glitter Heart Company glitter, and I'll link that with a coupon code, and Artistry Epoxy, and the same thing. I'll link them below and give you guys a coupon code for them too. So all right, now that we've got our supplies ready, we've got our cup ready. So I'm just spray painted white, just base coat white. This one is a 30 ounce. This one, the first one that I did was a 20 ounce. But I thought, since we're adding more colors, I kind of wanted to give myself some wiggle room. So I'm doing a 30 ounce tonight. So, yeah, now that we've got all our stuff ready, let's just get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the yellow. I'm gonna add the gold last, just because I like to put it on top of the yellow, because it's a mixative, so it doesn't do what the other colors do. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna do that last, and I think that'll be the best. So I'm just gonna take my little foam brushy here, and we'll see how this looks with the foam brush. Oh, I need to put that on the list of colors that I need more of. We're running a little low on yellow. It's all right. All right, so we're just gonna start, and I'm just gonna dab it on. I'm gonna try to do better this time. The last video I made, I kind of failed a little bit at showing what I was doing, but I think I have a better angle this time, so I think we're gonna be okay. And I like to go ahead and do the bottom too while I'm down here, even though we're gonna cover that up with gold. I like to go ahead and do the bottom. And then, so we just kind of let that dry for a minute. I mean, it already looks really nice, right? But we're just gonna let that dry for a minute, and then we're just gonna kind of go over it again in different spots. But you see how it's making these cool hard lines in here. So that's what we want, is some differentiation in between this. So like, and I don't necessarily want the lines, right? Like, you don't want it to all look like one long line of dabs. So I like to go back through and kind of try to still break it up a little bit. And really the bottom part of this yellow doesn't matter, because we're going to cover that up with gold, right? But I want to make sure that we get some cool texture, some cool effects on here before we move to our next color. So that looks really good, right? It looks super neat. And I'm just gonna switch out my little foam pad for each color, because I want them to blend, but I don't want them to get muddy. So if I leave the same pad on every time, then it'll start to get muddy. So I'm trying to, and this foam brush seems to like the ink, so I don't think I need quite as much as I put for the yellow. And then you just start at the bottom layer of the yellow, right? And we just kind of go around. Oh, sorry, off screen there, guys. We just kind of go around, and I just like to dab. I'm a dabber. I like to dab it. I like to dab it on. And I like to also go in here. So when I go from one color to the next, see that stark difference? So I like to kind of like swipe, right? Like kind of swipe it up so that it kind of blends into each other, because you'll pick up some of that yellow when you swipe it like that. You'll pick up some of that yellow and it'll kind of blend into the orange. And I'll do that with all the colors. And then we'll just do some more of that texturing, right? So we just dab it, dab it, dab it, dab it, dab it. And sometimes I like to blow on it. It kind of gives it a cool, like, does some cool effects when you blow on it. Just gives it a little bit more. And I probably will say this word a lot, so just, you know, roll with it. But it gives it it gives it a little bit of texture. And sometimes I like to go back through, so I'll probably, since I went so low with the orange right here, and I'm gonna put gold down here, I'm probably gonna go through, not probably, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my yellow sponge back on, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna kind of bring that yellow back up, right? And it's so easy. It doesn't even, you know, it's just so easy to kind of work with alcohol ink, because it does just the coolest stuff. And it's so easy to, it's very forgiving, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's a very forgiving medium. But look how cool that is, y'all. Like now we have a really nice, we're getting to have a really nice ombre to where it's kind of fading. The colors are kind of fading into each other, but we still have some texture. We still have some really cool textures. So, all right, we're gonna go to the coral now. I'm gonna move to the coral. So I'm gonna put a new sponge on and see if I can open this up with one hand, because that's just how it works. And I really only, I mean, you can see how much I'm putting on because y'all are watching, but I really only do it on like a half of the sponge. For whatever reason, like that really just seems to be how much you need. So you really don't need more than that. And see, that's really cool. So that's a really good color. I didn't use this color last time. And I think I put a little bit too much ink on my sponge. See, you just really don't need that much. You really don't need this much. So with the other pads that I was using, you kind of did need that much. And so with these, if you guys work with these, if you decide to get these, then just know that you don't need that much ink. Just start small. I should have known better. I do know better than to put too much ink on. So, and we can always kind of blend this down. But look at that, y'all. That looks so good. It's looking so good. Looking so good. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm super tired. My son is going through a sleep regression, and it's been a rough couple of days. So I have a little bit too much ink on this pad, so I'm just gonna kind of tap it a little bit harder to kind of, and I'm gonna use the whole sponge to kind of blot some of that, I guess, and get our textures going, because if you have too much ink, it'll just look smooth like this. See how smooth that is? And you don't want that. You want textures. You want cool shapes and cool hard lines to give it some dimension. That's a good word. To give it some dimension. And I'm just gonna go in here back with the orange again. I'm gonna switch back to my orange pad and just kind of work on that a little bit again, just like I did with the yellow, because that kind of turned a little bit, kind of just all went coral. And so I'm just gonna go back to the orange and see how that just kind of livens up. And now we've got a nice line. We've got a nice, cool line in between our colors. I didn't even put that much. I like the cells. That this alcohol ink makes. So I think I'm gonna bring a little bit more bring the coral up a little bit higher, because we still have 3 more colors and we've only done 3. So I'm gonna bring the coral up just a little bit more, a little bit higher to kind of get it. I want to get it up around the middle. So I'm just gonna put just a little bit more on the pad. Just a little bit, just a little squirt. And I'm just gonna lightly tap it, because if I tap it too hard, then it starts to run. Because see, it was running. Looks so good. It's a really nice blend. All right, so now we're gonna go to the pink. This is a brand new. I went ink shopping today and I got 10 new colors of ink, and it turns out that a couple of the colors I already had, so I'm going to go exchange those for some new colors. Oh, this is, whew, that is some bright pink. It's all right, we can tone it down. It's all right, it's gonna be good. We'll tone it down just a little bit with some of the, maybe make some of the coral in there. That'll be good. That is a bright, bright pink. Raspberry, it's called raspberry. And that is a hot mama. It's kind of a hot pink color. Let's see. Maybe we will dull it down with some light pink, shell pink. What do y'all think? Let's see what this does. I'm gonna put this pink pad back on there because I don't wanna, I think maybe I'm just gonna shell pink. Just gonna add some of this in there and see what that does. A lot of this is really gonna be trial and error. That kind of dulled it up a little bit. That's nice. A lot of this is gonna be kind of trial and error, and whatever you like, you know, like just trust. Also, don't be afraid. Like, trust the process. Trust what is going on, because it may look like a hot mess while you're doing it, but in the end, it's gonna be it's gonna be fantastic. So. So give it a minute to dry and then kind of go back through and tap it again a couple times, and you'll get those nice textures. I think I'm gonna take some of that coral, and we're gonna go back and kind of work our way through some coral again. But this is just how we do it, you know, just how the process kind of works. You just work it together. See that? There we go. That's nice. It's really nice. It looks really good right there. Looks really good. All right, so I got our pink. We're gonna go to our purple. You know what? I have a color. I think I might add one more color. I know that sounds crazy. However, let me see if I can find it before I tell you that I'm gonna add it. I'm looking for boysenberry. Here we go, boysenberry. So this is purple, but it has like a red tint to it. So I think that will help it blend with the pink. I was gonna use this twilight purple, or purple twilight, and I think I will still use the purple twilight, but I think I'm gonna blend it a little bit. I'm gonna give it another layer of color, just to see if we can get this to really blend together and have a perfect ombre. It would be so cool. All right, so this is really purple. Yeah, I picked the boysenberry. Okay. All right, so the thing that I'm noticing about the foam brushes is that the color doesn't absorb as well into the foam, and so I'm getting these runs, which I don't really love. But I'm just gonna swipe up like this, like we did last time. I'm just gonna kind of swipe to get those colors kind of blended in. I'm still dabbing, but I'm just kind of swiping while I dab, so that it's, you know, it still looks nice. It still looks good. It doesn't, you can't tell that you're like, Then I just go back over the top of it and kind of tap it. I love this color, y'all. It's so pretty. And this cup is turning out so good. Maybe even better than my last one. Let's go back to the pink. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I'm just gonna go back through right here, like right at the line, right? Just kind of go right back through at the line where they meet. And just go back in with some more pink just to blend it, you know, just to blend the colors. And look at that. Look at that. It looks so good, y'all. It looks so good. So this is a little bit, I mean, it can be a quick process. This one was pretty quick. So you can see there's a lot more hard lines on this one, but I was really kind of going for a little bit more blending on the one that I'm doing now. So so there's not just not quite as many hard lines on it. I think I'm gonna try to get a little bit of that. Trying to get a little bit more of that. But I don't want it to be, I want it to be nice and blended this time around. That's nice. Well, that's nice. That's really nice. All right, so we got some cool stuff going on here. All right, now I'm just gonna go into the Purple Twilight. You know, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't even use that. Maybe I'll just go straight to the blue. Maybe I'll just go straight to the blue. So I'm using Denim. Denim is a dark blue. And I think it's gonna look really good. The last one I used Monsoon, and it was a little, oh, I need my little spongy. It was a little less, had kind of a gray tone to it, and I don't really want that for this cup because this cup is really vibrant. So I kind of want the colors to stay vibrant. See, that's so perfect. Yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Looks so good. Just blend that with the purple. It's so nice. So we've kind of made this bluish purple color, and I'm gonna use another new pad to do the last layer of blue. Just because that purple did blend in so much, I want the blue to look really blue on this last little leg here. I'm gonna throw in some cobalt. So this is cobalt. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of cobalt too, just to see, like, these two colors mixed up together. I think will look nice. All right, here we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's good. Look how good that looks, y'all. Look how good that looks. See, I got a runner. I got a runner every time. These foam ones are really nice, but and they don't leave any fuzz, which I love. But they make the ink run just a little bit. Oh man, y'all. That's so pretty. I think this one looks 100 times better than the last one. Excuse me. Oh yeah, it's so good. And that's it, y'all. That's the thing. And I bet I could wash these sponges too. That might be another cool thing about these foam sponges, is that you could probably wash them, rinse them out, clean them out with some alcohol, let them soak, and they'd probably be good. All right, so I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit, and then I am going to go to the next step, which is epoxy. Oops. Just kidding. Totally forgot to add the gold to the bottom. So let's do that now. The gold has to be shaken really good because it separates. Because it's really just a different kind of ink. So it is still alcohol ink. It's just very different. Like, see, it doesn't even really soak into the sponge. It just kind of sits on top. It takes a minute to even soak in because it's just a different kind of ink. So I'm just gonna go around, just barely like go around at the bottom, just to get some sand. I don't want to cover up all that pretty yellow, but I also don't want to minimize the gold either, so it's fine. Whatever we do will be super awesome. I think I don't know what I want to do with the bottom. Do I want to do gold on the bottom? I think I do. So I'm just going to add a little bit more gold to my sponge and do the bottom too. What do y'all think? Looks great, right? And there it is. There she is. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so I'm not gonna make y'all watch me mix epoxy. I already mixed it up. This is Artistry Epoxy. I added a smidgen of this marshmallow epoxy additive. This stuff is gorgeous, y'all. Just wait till I put on this cup and you're just gonna be screaming how beautiful it is. Let me turn this. Let me see if I can get this turned just a little bit. Hang on. All right. Here we go. So, I'm not sure that this is gonna be enough, so I may have to mix a little bit more, because I'm doing 2 cups right now, so, and I'm using this stuff for both. But I think this will be fine. I really just like to do a thin layer with this sparkle, on it. Because I love to have just a little bit of shimmer, especially when I'm doing like nighttime cups, like my galaxy cups, or these sunset cups. See, I think that's gonna be just the perfect amount. Beautiful. See how it just adds that just little bit of sparkle, just enough sparkle to just be beautiful. All right, y'all, and that's it. That's it. I will post a picture, and I'll post a link to all the things that I used and some coupon codes for you guys so that you can get your own stuff. All right, y'all, thanks for watching.